Today I'm going to be reading you the story of the moon. The author is Cody Crane. We've read a few of his books. Let's explore the moon. The moon is Earth's nearest neighbor. It is a large ball of rock. It orbits our planet. You can often see the moon shining in the night sky. Sometimes you can even spot the moon during the day. Rocket says, "I'm Rocket. Do you want to explore the universe with me? Then let's get ready to blast off. Next stop, the moon." Here's a picture. It says, "From the moon, Earth looks like a giant blue and white marble." Our moon. The moon is gray and dusty. Nothing lives there. There's no flowing water. The moon has almost no atmosphere, so there is no air to breathe. There's no wind to blow or any weather at all. Nothing on the moon ever washes or blows away, so its surface almost never changes. And it says the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 134 degrees Fahrenheit or 56.7 Celsius. It was recorded in Death Valley National Park in California. And Rocket says the moon can be twice as warm as the hottest desert on Earth. An atmosphere keeps a place from getting too hot or too cold. The moon does not have that protection. The sun's rays heat the moon during the day. Temperatures can be hotter than the boiling water. At night, the moon is freezing cold. Temperatures can be twice as cold as an icy Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. Remember, we studied about Antarctica and the penguins. It says the coldest temperature recorded on Earth was negative 135 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 94 Celsius. It was recorded in Antarctica. Those poor penguins. Rocks whizzing through space hit the moon. They left behind millions of craters. The crashes also caused rock to be thrown from the craters. Those formed the moon's mountains. Long ago, there were also volcanoes on the moon. Hot, melted rock called lava flows out of them. The lava cooled into smooth plains called seas. This mountain is in the Tycho crater. It is more than a mile high. That is 1/5 as tall as Mount Everest. Wow, that's a fun fact. Here's the moon. And Rocket says some moon craters are huge. An entire city could fit inside them. A place in space. Ooh, I heard rhyming words. Place, space. The sun is the center of our solar system. 8 planets, or again, 9 if you're counting Pluto, travel around the sun. A moon is an object that orbits a planet. Our moon travels around Earth. There are many other moons in our solar system. Rocket says, "Can you believe it? Our solar system has more than 180 moons." Wow. And at the bottom it says, every planet except Venus and Mercury has at least one moon. This picture, Rocket says, high and low tides happen twice a day. Earth's gravity pulls on the moon. That is what keeps the moon close by and orbiting our planet. The moon has gravity too. It is much smaller than Earth though. It does not have enough gravity to move the entire planet. The Earth does have just enough gravity to tug on Earth's oceans. That causes their waters to rise and fall. This is called the tide. If you've ever been to the beach, I'm sure you've heard your families talk about high tide and low tide. Now you know why. Some scientists think the moon came from Earth. A large space rock may have hit Earth when the planet was forming. Chunks of rocks flew into space. Some pieces gathered into a ball. They became the moon. Imagine if Earth were the size of a basketball. The moon would be the size of a tennis ball. That's kind of cool. And then over here it says the moon is born. That's what scientists think. In this picture, the surface of the moon acts like a mirror. Light from the sun bounces off the moon, making it look bright. The view from Earth. The moon looks big. That's because it is so near the Earth. Stars are bigger than the moon. They look small because they are further away. The moon also looks bright. It does not make its own light, though. And Rocket is saying, some people see patterns on the moon, like a face or a rabbit. That would be something cool to check out. See if you can find a face or a rabbit. The moon takes about 27 days to orbit Earth. The moon spins like a top as it circles the planet. Each spin also takes about 27 days. That timing causes the same side of the moon to always face Earth. The side we see is called the near side. We cannot see the back half of the moon. It is called the far side. That makes sense. Rocket says the moon and Earth are both really old. They formed 4.5 billion years ago. This photo shows the side of the moon with Earth at its distance. Phases of the moon. The moon seems to change shape during the month as it travels around the Earth, but it is not really changing shape. As the moon moves, the lit portion we can see changes. That creates the moon's phases. During a full moon, we can see one whole side lit up. Light hits the back side of the moon during the new moon. Then we cannot see the moon at all. Going to the moon. In 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. He, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins were part of the Apollo 11 mission. When Armstrong stepped on the moon, he said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." And then here's a picture of them. Armstrong and Aldrin planted the American flag on the moon. Footprints left on the moon in 1969 are still there. That's neat. And here's an astronaut. So the astronaut has a backpack so he can breathe. He has gloves that have rubbery fingertips to help him pick up things. He wears a helmet. A gold visor on the helmet blocks harmful rays from the sun. He has controls on his astronaut suit, and it says the suit is made up to 14 layers to protect the astronaut. Wow. It took the Apollo 11 team 3 days to reach the moon in a rocket. The team spent 21 hours on the moon before heading back to Earth. 10 other people had visited the moon since then. The last trip was made in 1972. And this is a special lunar roving vehicle, allowed astronauts to drive on the moon. And then Rocket says, more astronauts could go to the moon someday. Maybe one of them will be you. Wouldn't that be cool? Then I'm going to show you this, because I think this would be neat for math since it's measurement. And it's telling you to pour flour into a pan, about 2 inches if you have it, could be a small pan. And then you measure 30 centimeters above the flour and drop a marble into the flour, and that's like a pretend crater. And then it says carefully pick up the marble, measure the size of the crater left behind. And number 4, it says shake the pan to make the flour smooth again. Number 5, continue dropping different balls from different heights into the pan. Measure the craters and record your results. That's something fun. It's space, it's measurement, and it's fun. Alrighty, I'll see you soon. Thank you.